Samoa Joe forming a dream team to take on former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal.
This tag team match is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Team number one at a combined weight of 401 pounds. The team of Matt Sydal and the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
It's always great to see athletes stick up for their friends. Caprice, a few weeks ago, Christopher Daniels lobbying for Matt Sydal to get a well-deserved, well-earned shot at either the Ring of Honor or New Japan World Television title. Unfortunately for Sydal, it looked like Joe and Zack Sabre had plans of their own tonight. If either Daniels or Sydal pins one of the champions, they earn a shot.
What an ultimate opportunity and a great tag team partner to have. So speaking of partner, I brought you some bonbons.
Oh, thanks, Caprice. Trying to cut back, though.
Their opponents, first, wrestling out of the Isle of Sheffield, Kent, England, weighing 209 pounds. He is the New Japan Pro Wrestling World TV Champion, Zack Sabre Jr.
The leader of TMDK, Zack Sabre Jr. has been exceptional here on Honor Club, but he talked about Island Boys. He ran into one, Jeff Cobb, the first man to take him to the time limit, Nigel. Is the weight of being champion inside of the head of Zack Sabre right now?
I don't think so. Take a look at Sabre. You see how confident he looks, how he's carrying himself, more importantly, how he's carrying the title in his left hand. This is his right hand, but either way, certainly looks the part and can get the job done once the bell rings, as can this man.
His partner, wrestling out of Huntington Beach, California, weighing 310 pounds. He is the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Samoa Joe.
On a three-way to history right now, Samoa Joe well over 1 year as Ring of Honor World Television Champion, defeated Minoru Suzuki, one of the greatest of all time, to win that title. Samoa Joe already the longest reigning single reign in Ring of Honor World title history. He's got a ways to go, but Jay Lethal, the record holder for that World Television title, now in his sights. Oh, and you can cut the tension with a knife between the two television champions here.
Yeah, Samoa Joe has been writing history in Ring of Honor ever since Ring of Honor started. That beat is so hard, though.
Certainly a lot of championship pride between both television champions. And that can sometimes help, and it can sometimes hurt. We'll find out what happens in this match.
Code of Honor adhered to. Referee Stefan Smith getting the main event assignment here. And as we get to tonight's main event quickly, next week, 2 title matches already signed. Athena defending her Women's World Championship against Kiera Hogan. And the Ring of Honor Pure title, Katsuyori Shibata defends against his protege, the android Alex Coughlin. We hope to see you next week as well as we get to tonight's main event.
One great thing about the tag team match is it's going to come down to tag team cohesion. You got a tag team on one side and 2 alpha males on the other. The alpha males can't get along. Tag team always wins. Beautiful bridge by Sabre.
Ooh, into a straight jacket hold here. So many holds, Nigel, and he can pull them out of anywhere.
Oh, he's one of the greatest technical wrestlers to ever come out of England. Zack Sabre Jr. learnt from the very best and now one of the greatest exports. And to see here, great control of Sydal, who's known for lightning quick kicks. Right now he can't do much. Oh, there we go.
Oh, straight jacket from Sydal. Reverses. Great exchange here.
Oh, straight jacket walkthrough. I love it.
One out of your playbook, Caprice.
I'll tell you what, I was in love with Sabre in this match from the inside ankle picks he did.
Nigel with a rare compliment to Caprice as Caprice running through the offense there. A wrist lock. And it's Sabre, ooh, extending the arm. Sabre had a great exchange with the legendary Virus last Sunday in New Japan. Really displaying the breadth of his technical ability there and here as well.
You're a big fan of Zack Sabre Jr., is that right, Caprice?
Absolutely.
What about his hair? Do you ever have a haircut like that?
I have it now, Nigel, can't you tell?
I meant the color.
Oh, no. That's just not me. I think he was born with that. Maybe it's Maybelline, not sure.
A nice wrist lock trap here, reminiscent. You know, we bring up Ocean Color Scene, Blur, Oasis of those mid-90s Britpop bands. As Sydal, beautiful Hurricanrana, and a spinning heel kick.
The great thing about Sydal, and he's technically savvy, but he has those explosive moves with agility that he can bring as well, and definitely throw you off game plan. But throwing off game plan, they just tagged in Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe tagging himself in, maybe a little bit of dissension here.
Yeah.
I think Sabre's just lucky that Joe doesn't just walk off into the sunset and let Sabre fend for himself.
That dissension is what I'm talking about. All it needs is dissension and attention loss.
And a historic rivalry in front of us here that has spanned many companies, multiple decades at this point. Joe and Christopher Daniels, who have wrestled over 90 times by my count.
Yeah, Christopher Daniels recently celebrating 30 years in the job. An incredible milestone.
Christopher Daniels, of course, also a Grand Slam champion here at Ring of Honor. If you're, oh goodness! If you're building a Mount Rushmore of Ring of Honor, you'd have to consider both Joe and Daniels cover two.
The thing about Daniels is Daniel knows Joe's playbook. That familiarity will always keep Joe in trouble, and nobody knows Samoa Joe like Christopher Daniels. Over 90 times in the ring together.
Irish whip, drop toe hold, great combination. And Caprice, you and I talked about it before we went on the air. I think the continuity of Sydal and Daniels will be a major advantage in this bout.
Absolutely. As a tag team wrestler, we loved having singles champions on the other side because it was a chance for them to show them that we're important as well. That's why Ring of Honor oftentimes had main events and pay-per-views. Tag team main events.
Here's some of that lightning quick striking that I said Matt Sydal famous for.
Oh, that step over leg DDT.
It's not finished.
Wow, great combination there. Standing, twisting, moonsault. Hooks the leg. Oh, and there's Joe pointing out the legal man didn't go for the pin.
Oh, Joe knows the rules.
So, mostly so he can bend them.
Absolutely.
On occasion. Irish whip in the corner, charging in. Nigel, you had a bit of a differing opinion. You think the parts are greater than the sum of the whole with Joe and Zack Sabre.
Certainly can be. Sometimes that conflict, if you will, that competition, that competitiveness between champions can help.
And look at this!
Oh, just like that.
Yeah, I don't like it, but they're working together, Nigel.
That was subliminal. That was not, there was no way Zack Sabre Jr. told Joe what he was going to do, but Joe, being the veteran that he did, when Zack Sabre Jr. presented the opportunity, Joe took it.
Let me ask you something, Nigel. This match is set up with Matt to get a tag team title. Wow, Joe's just rapid fire. Those shots I can't ignore. But my thing is, Christopher Daniels is doing this for Matt, but what if Christopher Daniels gets the pin? Will he still give a shot, title opportunity to Matt?
Interesting question, isn't it? I mean, we saw when Chris Daniels came out, he pointed to the waist of Sydal. Watch out! Oh! Intimating that this match was to try to get a title opportunity to Sydal. So indeed, if Chris Daniels is to pick up the pinfall, is he able to give a title opportunity to his tag team partner?
And that's another conflict right there.
Will the ego of Christopher Daniels come into play and think maybe I will take the chance myself? And how will that affect Matt Sydal? A lot of questions in this match.
Absolutely.
We may not need to answer them, though. Christopher Daniels in major trouble here as Sabre running through variants of an ankle lock, now trapping the legs.
My goodness.
Look at the way.
And he likes... Nigel, you know as well as anyone, Sabre will tend to have a hold on for about 3 to 4 seconds. If he doesn't feel it will get the submission, he moves on to something different.
A true technical wizard indeed. One submission after another. Now the tag to Joe. Joe, very good at submissions as well, but listen to this. Oh! This is a man who can strike like no other.
Man, that headbutt to the back of the neck area, strategically placed. He knows exactly what he's doing, Nigel.
Christopher Daniels came into this match saying it would be the endless intelligence of the Fallen Angel and the explosive offense of the Zen Master. But he didn't realize he's facing the fearsome violence of the Samoan submission machine and the world-class technical excellence of British finest wrestler.
And I'm wondering, too, there's a mental game going on here. Yes, Sabre and Samoa Joe, they get more money if they win the match, the bigger purse. But this is like...
Watch, I'm going to teach you a little something, all right?
Yeah, this is... They're showing off for each other. Yeah. Trying to submit Daniels to get inside the head of their own partner.
Yeah, I mean, you got to wonder who's the better television champion. And does each television champion want to be the ultimate television champion? That's Sabre.
Well, at this juncture, though, fellas, to your point, the competition seems to be helping Zack Sabre Jr. and Samoa Joe to get the offense and the advantage in this match. Let's see what Joe does.
It definitely helps as long as they're wrestling and showing and not arguing with their hands down.
There's some... Oh, goodness! Radiating the pain through the hyperextended elbow.
And through the wrist.
Headbutts.
Yeah, it makes it impossible for Daniels to make a grasp.
Wait a minute. Nigel, I believe the word in your language is cheeky, is what that tag was.
It's the same language, just a different dialect, I think you'll find.
Now, this is what messes you up.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Wait, let Daniels go. Oh, and he's getting close to Sydal, but Joe able to snuff that fire out.
Whoa. Zack Sabre Jr. kind of lucky there. Samoa Joe might have seen that as intentional headbutt from Sabre, but instead coming in and turning his violence on the desired opponent, Christopher Daniels.
Did you see the way Joe slapped Sabre's hand coming in and Sabre had to check that? He felt that power.
Daniels being taunted by Zack Sabre as he's trying to will this crowd. They give him the adrenaline. Shots to the midsection of the Ring of Honor TV champion off the ropes. And Joe! Snap slam, 2! Fingers locked, almost gets the 3. And a quick tag from Joe.
Most of the time, when you tag a tag team partner and you drag the opponent to the other side, but Daniels is in so much trouble, Joe was able just to walk away, and Daniels has been down ever since.
You see Sabre just those heat check kicks, those taps like he's with like a football on the pitch, and connects with the European uppercut there.
Joe didn't like that. Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, Caprice, Joe has been doing the bulk of the striking here, exerting a little bit more energy. I think he was hoping for maybe a few more seconds to catch his breath there.
But Joe is known for striking. Joe is known for big hits. Sabre's playing his game and Joe is playing his.
No.
But I think at least Sabre's game is multi-directional at this point. I think as Daniels tries to fight back, I think Sabre's trying to get in the head of both his actual opponents and Samoa Joe here.
I can see your point.
As Daniels firing back here off the ropes. It's Joe head down, caught with a kick, STO.
That's it. Nobody knows Samoa Joe like Daniels, but Daniel needs to get out of there.
Look how close Daniels is to his corner.
And he makes the tag. Sydal in. The only man in this match who's not held a version of the television title. Wow. Oh, out of the way of Zack Sabre. Jumping knee.
Come on, Joe. Yeah.
And it's Sydal firing away. On those tree chunk legs, great fake out, fake out. Fake slow goes high, Sydal up to the top.
Nobody ascends as fast as Sydal.
Wow! Flying double knees, lateral press, 2. Oh! That twist Twisting neck breaker.
That is intelligence to the extreme there. Zack Sabre, a lesser man, would have just pulled Matt Sydal off with the pinfall, but instead, now he has the offense.
Absolutely beautiful.
Wow, European uppercut rattling Sydal, and it's Sabre driving those through the chest into the jaw. Oh, caught to a backslide. 2, and Sydal almost gets the 3.
Just that fast. Another pin.
Wait a minute. 1, 2, great trap, and that's 2.5 also.
Sometimes you forget the name of the game is 1, 2, 3 or give up. And Matt Sydal will remind you, but Matt Sydal's trapped.
Oh, half hatch. Up and over Sydal.
Sydal took some of the wind out of Matt Sydal before he did it. Messing with that oxygen, making it even harder for Matt Sydal to kick out of that and recover.
All right, football time, mate.
Oh, swing and a miss on the PK. Up and around. Sydal planting Zack Sabre. Crossface. Crossface here. SDL.
Double submission.
Coaching clutch.
Oh, who's going to chat first, though? If anyone.
It's Sabre, the legal man.
Joe's fading.
Joe's incapacitated. And Sabre gets to the ropes.
Did you see Joe's eyes?
Joe's skin turning a different shade there as the oxygen escaping him.
That's right, Zack Sabre, the legal man.
Those involuntary actions of losing oxygen are evident.
And here comes Matt Sydal, a real artist from the upstairs. Oh my goodness. Bending that elbow laterally left to right.
Joint manipulation.
Oh, look at that double wrist lock. It's Daniels. Sabre holding on to Sydal. Sydal, the double knees into the powerbomb.
Make the cover, Sydal.
Hooks the leg. 2 and Sydal. 2 9/10.
Sometimes we look at the cheekiness that Sabre has and we forget the heart and resilience of a champion that he's proven that he is.
The crowd rallying around the great action they're seeing as Daniels saying this is it. Looking for that Uranagi counter with a wristlock takeover from Sabre. Tag mates, Samoa Joe in. Charging in, nobody home. Daniels kicked to the midsection.
Remember, Joe's already lagging with oxygen.
And he looked for the Angel Swings and was countered there by Joe.
Hey, Joe!
Oh, big kick. Sydal ducks the clothesline. Springboard. Cravat by Sabre. Oh, and again.
The second time.
Cravat on Daniels. Daniels able to wristlock his way out of it. Kick to the midsection there. Has the fingers locked. Angel Swings. But Sabre's not the legal man. Sabre is not the legal man. Oh!
Daniel bounced his head on the mat.
Coquina clutch. Coquina clutch.
He's oxygen fading. Daniels is fading. Daniels is fading.
The tongue is out. And the ref's got to make it the same.
It's over.
The winner to this match by referee stoppage, the Team of the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Samoa Joe, and the New Japan Pro Wrestling World TV Champion, Zack Sabre Jr.
We had an endless list of questions heading into tonight's bout. Could Joe and Zack Sabre fight on a united front? Would the game plan involve Matt Sydal attempting to get the pinfall? Those questions, to me, only somewhat resolved. Matt Sydal, absolutely sensational, as was Christopher Daniels. But the two television champions, the top of the class on television, pick up the victory here in our main event. Code of honor adhered to with Joe and Daniel Sydal. And Joe, it's Sydal saying he still wants his shot at the World Television title.
Should.
He might want it, but he's going to have to try to find a different way to earn it. Because right now, Samoa Joe, Zack Sabre Jr. will have other challengers for their prestigious titles.
And it might be against one another. Fans, look at that, belt to belt. We will see where the road leads us with Samoa Joe, Zack Sabre Jr. Respect shown here, fans. Next week, 2 huge title matches. Athena against Kira Hogan, and we'll see Shibata defend against Alex Coughlin. Kirk Priest Coleman, Nigel McGuinness, Tommy, and Rick Amati. Happy wrestling, everybody. Jim?